Hello, this is LordUg and welcome to League of Legends. And yes, it's my, where I show you basically what champions I've played or do still play. And today we're doing Nunu. Now Nunu I kind of saw when I was watching a video on Teemo. Not long after I'd got Teemo, and I kind of just thought to myself, well, you know, this Nunu, I saw his absolute zero and I saw damage it did, and that were it. It was like, this Nunu looks tough, so I wouldn't mind him. So yeah, I then went on to Nunu from Teemo. Now Nunu is an AP build, so that's the ability power build. So we're gonna, when we get in game here, we're gonna start off with Doran's Ring, because it gives a little bit of AP as well as a bit of health and things like that. So it's always a good starting one to have for an AP build. And let's set off. Now for his first skill, we're going to unlock Ice Blast. What I like about Ice Blast is that it does a big chunk of damage. You know, it'll just take a big section off, especially later on when it's really hitting hard. It can take. I've seen just one Ice Blast for somebody with a low magic resist take like half the hit points off them. They were like a full bar, and it took half the hit points off them. It's yeah, it really does hurt. So that's always a good one to start with. So now we're going to just run around here and wait for the minions to come. Here's his stats if you want to look at them. You'll have to pause it if you want to, because I'm not going to stay on them too long. Here's his lore. This is the story about him. So again, you have to pause it if you want to read it. So let's scroll it down. And yeah, it stopped where it stopped on bottom. There is where it starts there, so that's fine. And then there's a few tips on how to use him, and that's it. And for a few animations, he's got his laugh and his joke and his taunt, and then very last he's got his dance. I always like to see what dance they've got. So yeah, it's quite funny. Okay, that's that. So let's finally put on this final one, dance. Here we are. It's just like steps there. Almost doing Running Man. So there you go. Now that's about everything covered on Nunu now. So let's just get into the fight, really. Okay, same thing. I'm going to pause it and just kind of show you important things, or things that I think you might want to see. I'll show you things to do with build. That's the main thing. I'm not so much going for kills, so don't expect hundreds of kills. I'm mainly concentrating on just doing build up and showing you what that is. So yeah, let's jump to the first thing. First thing that happens anyway. Okay, here we see Annie and Trundle have both been hurt. I start to move forward and Trundle runs past me. Graves hits him with a skill, taking his hit points right down. I hit him with an Ice Blast, and that finishes him off. And that was my first kill. Okay, and as I think as is a usual one to use on a champion you're going to do an AP build on, you know, Sorcerer's Shoes is always a good one to have, which is what's going to happen here. Well, I've just got Boots of Speed right now, because as you know, Boots of Speed is a component of well, just about all shoes, just about. But yeah, it's a component to Sorcerer's Shoes, which of course is what I'm going to be going for next. So I did nip back at one point and get Sorcerer's Shoes, and I end up in top lane fighting with Annie. I injure her and she walks off, but I see her come back. So I run up the side, not close enough to spook her, and then come from side, hit her with an Ice Blast, chase her down. Then I hit her with Ignite just to make sure, and the fire from Ignite does the job, the damage over time. Because of course Ignite is a damage over time fire that keeps burning, and that is and that's what killed her. So it's a good little thing to do if you think they're going to run out to get away from you. They've hardly got any health left. Just drop Ignite on them, and yeah, hopefully it'll do a trick for you. Okay, so this is just after Annie's death, not long after. So I mix it with Trundle, and I come off worse a little bit, but I already had some health missing, so I move away. I noticed Graves was going after him, so I move in behind Graves. Graves shoots him, and then I move out wide. I see Graves back away and move off, so I just move in and take the kill. Graves obviously wasn't even trying for the kill. If you look to where he's run to, he wasn't going to kill him from back there. So I don't know why he backed off, because Trundle hardly had anything left. But I'd moved out wide, which let me move back in and take the kill, so I did it. Okay, and here I am going back for my next item. It's I'm going to buy Leandra's Torment. It's always a really good one to have Leandra's Torment. I'm going to get that eventually, but right now I'm going to take Haunting Guise. It's a good one because if you look, it takes Leandra's Torment right down. It's like 14-15 now. We were like 2900 before. So, and it does a lot of things, Leandra's Torment. So, yeah, it's a good component to break it down with by taking Haunting Guise first. Even if you just take Haunting Guise and pick Leandra's Torment later, that's fine. But it's a good, if you're going to have Leandra's Torment, it's good to break it down into Haunting Guise first. Okay, so I'm still mainly fighting with Trundle in top lane. I'm here and I see him run down with low health. So I hit him with an Ice Blast and take a big chunk of his HP. So I run up the side of him while things recharge. Come out, start hitting him, he can't get away anyway. I didn't actually need an Ice Blast to finish him, but yeah, just in case, I tend to run on ahead of them. As I think I've said before, I can't remember. But if a good tactic is, if you've got somebody like Nunu who isn't a really fast character, forget it if it's somebody like Teemo. Teemo is very fast. He can run other champions down fine. But somebody like Nunu isn't very fast. So a good tactic to use is, as a champion comes down, if they're distracted by something else, run past them so that you're now behind them. So they have to pass you to get back to safety. And that makes it so you'll get more hits in before they get to where they need to be. So yeah, it's a good tactic to use. And that's why I used there on Trundle. I hit him with an Ice Blast, then ran past him, and then that made it so I could come out and give him enough damage to kill him before he got to safety. Okay, so yet again I've just had an encounter with Trundle, and he ran off. And then I see him come back on screen with low health. So I run away, and of course he follows. So I turn back and Ice Blast him. Then I hit him with Ignite, thinking that'll be enough. But then I realise his health's a bit too high. I do take a shot from the turret, but I manage to get one more Ice Blast off, and that kills him. See, sometimes you've just got to take that little bit of a knock from turret. You're gonna get your health back. Don't worry about it. So, you know, there for instance, I thought I'd got him. I thought the Ignite would get him, but you know, then I realised his HP was too high, and that's why I had to take that knock and just get that Ice Blast in. But it was enough to get the kill. Okay, so now I'm teleporting back, and I turn the Haunting Guise into Leandra's Torment, like I said I would. So that is the next main item. You won't change that. That'll be one that you keep. And of course, next, as all AP builds do, they have to have Rabadon's Death Cap. Because Rabadon's Death Cap, as you know by now, is an absolute must. It's just a big 120 ability power with 30% more added on. It just gives you some serious firepower. So every AP build really probably, I'd say most AP builds do come with Rabadon's Death Cap. Okay, here you're going to see the power of Absolute Zero. So Trundle chases me and I manage to give Trundle an Ice Blast. Garen then chases and Trundle turns back. I give Garen one more hit with Ice Blast and run past him. I'm looking for Trundle and I see him. Garen follows me. I stand next to Trundle and hit Ice Blast. They both can't stop it in time. It hits with full power and it kills them both. And that was a nice double kill. Okay, so here I am just about to go back to base. And I am going to get the needlessly large rod, which is a component of Rabadon's Death Cap, of course. So I've got enough to buy that, so I'm going to go and get it because it's a good hit of it's a nice hit of ability points. I think it's 80. So yeah, it's rather nice. I'd actually been quite frustrated up to here because after that last kill, a lot of time moved on. I didn't get any kills because it was the worst thing. So annoying actually, and that was every time I'd weaken an enemy champion down to the point where I was just going to kill them, and then one of my champions would appear from nowhere, take the kill, and then run off. It was just so annoying. I must have lost about 8 kills, and then later on I lost some more because of the same thing. They just kept appearing just as I were going to get the kill, and they'd kill the champion and then move on. And yeah, it got very frustrating this towards end as they started doing that a lot. Okay, here I'm in middle lane. I'm chasing after Morgana. She snares me, but instead of running off, she actually turns back, which was a mistake, of course. I hit her with an Ice Blast, and then she realises she's in trouble. I run after, just hitting her. Then my Ice Blast recharges. I throw it, and I turn away before it even hits her because I know very well it's going to do enough damage to kill her. So yeah, that was kind of an easy kill. She should have just run when she had the chance, which she snared me. And I had full energy. It was obviously not a good time to come back and fight me. But then again, they are bots. The bots on this game aren't actually that good. The AI isn't amazing. They don't help. You can't ask them to do anything. Like you'll never get them to all come together and fight the Baron Nashor together or anything like that. They just ignore any calls for that kind of thing. They don't watch each other unless they don't really push to advance unless there's like 3 or 4 of them. Then they will. Whereas me, for instance, I'm always pushing to advance in whatever lane I'm in. I'm still trying to do it all on my own even. They don't. Unless there's a bunch of them, they'll not do it. Okay, so this one will show the power of Absolute Zero. I see Garen's hurt and run in to Absolute Zero him and anybody else, but by the time I get there he's run off. But Sivir and Trundle are both in range. Sivir gets hit and dies. Trundle gets hit and loses just about all his power, all his HP in one hit. I'm going to actually replay that part and let you see how much damage it does, but it were nice easy double. Now just watch this damage. Okay, so here I tried to start to chase Garen, but then I see that Morgana moves away, so start to chase after her and she comes back, and yet again she snares me, but then stands around instead of escaping. I hit her with an Ice Blast and she runs, I wait till it recharges and then hit her with another, and of course the damage that my Ice Blast does now is she's not going to survive it, so she dies again. And it makes me laugh really because she's got this skill that can snare, and it doesn't matter even if she's got any HP left, she'll actually still, or usually once she's snared you, she'll hang around and keep fighting. And it's the worst thing you can do, you might as well just run. Okay, so I had another frustrating few minutes of just missing out on champions because they just managed to get to the turrets in time, or my champions would kill them before I could. So anyway, in the end I teleported back and I'm going for Glacial Shroud here, and that's because in the end I'm going for Frozen Heart. This is for armor side of things. Frozen Heart tends to be a pretty decent armor to have, item to have for armor. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go for here. So I've got the Glacial Shroud now, that'll be the next step. So I run back up here from getting the Glacial Shroud, and I notice that Sivir is mixing it with Malphite, and so I run along the side, like I say, where I run forward so I can get behind them. Then I hit Sivir with an Ice Blast, which slows her down, and I just step up and start hitting her. That's again because I passed her. I ran past her, which gave me time to, do what I did. And I ran past Trundle as well, but there you see what happened. Tristana got the kill, and that's what I mean by, that's what I was saying by, other champions kill when I've set it up. So I just took Trundle right down there, and Tristana got it. So I decided I wanted to kill Garen. So I hit him with Ice Blast and then used an Absolute Zero to kill him. So I managed to get the kill off him. So I got 2, she got 1. Tristana had. Then we see Annie, so we start attacking Annie, but this time Tristana takes the kill again. So now we've split 4 of the champions 2 and 2. This is what I'm saying, you see. I kept doing that. I kept where I'd weaken champions and then want others to take them. So here, look, we've got Morgana comes out. I'm just starting to kill, just starting to get the kill, and boom, Tristana takes that kill as well. So out of 5 champions, Tristana took 3, and yet I'd weakened every single one of them, all 5. So that just kind of shows how frustrating it got for a while. But I still took 2 out of 5, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So here I've just picked up Frozen Heart to take the place of Glacial Shroud. And now I've got 1 slot left. So there's 2 main things that's good to buy for that last slot. You've got 2 choices. One is Void Staff, which Void Staff is for attack. It's you can put more AP on to make your AP bigger. Or if you want rather take some armor, you can have the Banshee's Veil. I think, Banshee's Veil. And that can also take the spot. Or what you could even do is if you sell Doran's Ring, because, of course, Doran's Ring is a very low, really low item that starts off. So you could sell Doran's Ring and then buy Banshee's Veil and Void Staff and put them in the 2 slots you'd have then, which is another option. So that'd be up to you. But I'm going to jump to the end now, because now when I explained that, I was ready to just go and finish the game off. So I'm going to jump to the end, and I'll see you there. Okay, so here we are in their base. We're just taking their turrets down. Usual thing, my champions kept killing all their champions just as I'd weakened them. And so I thought to myself, might as well just get the game done. So we took out that turret and this other turret. And yeah, from here it was just a straightforward kill. I don't get any more, so 13 is my kill count. But like I say, I'm more interested in showing you the items and the the build that I use, even though it's one I picked up online. So yeah, don't say it sucks, because it's not mine. So you're not insulting me by saying it sucks, trust me. So yeah, I was just moving around, seeing if there were anybody I could absolute zero or something on, and or use some skill on. But there wasn't, so I just kept running around and just watched the fireworks. And there it goes. Anyway guys, that's it then. That's Nunu. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time with my next champion. Bye for now.